YouTube, what is going on, man? It's your boy Xerxes coming back at you with another one. It's been a little while since I posted a video. Kind of got burned out in the league, played a little bit of solo self-found, had fun with that. But I came across a video that Matho put together of a bleed bow character, and I was like, you know what? Bleed bow has pretty much always been one of my favorite archetypes, so let me see if I can put one together. And that's what we got for you today. So this is a bleed bow gladiator, okay? And so what we're gonna do is we will just run. This is just a T16 Jungle Valley map. No crazy mods on it or anything. But we'll go in here. We will run through the map, and then I will show you how I put the character together. I remember bleed bow back in the day was like one of my favorite builds. It was back when they had the Elder Bleed mod that was like a 60% chance to do 100% more damage with bleeds, and then they got rid of that, and the bleed bow archetype kind of just went to shit. But I'm happy to tell you that it's definitely still playable in its current form. And granted, I have sunk quite a bit of currency into this character, but for the amount that I sunk in, like I think it's like somewhere around 25 million DPS on like pinnacle bosses, so it's definitely nothing bad. And the nice thing about builds like this is that you can just shoot one snipe. I mean, it is a snipe build, so you're gonna have to channel a little bit, so that does take some getting used to. But all you have to do is hit the enemy one time, and then you can just run around dodging mechanics and not have to worry about shit, as opposed to like, you know, a melee character having to stand there and, you know, face tank all the kinds of shit. So the range playstyle of this is actually really nice. We'll take that one. And with this build too, like, it's absolutely insane for like off-screening shit. Like, a lot of times I'll shoot like this, and like by the time I get there, everything's already dead. Like, I don't even see monsters half the time. It's wild. Like, you can see all these little trails that are coming to me are monsters that I've killed that I didn't even see. We're gonna go D&D since we're recording a video. And so like this was like a 94% quant, like, you know, nothing to slouch at. It's not like juiced or anything with like crazy amounts of it's got 24, like maybe 3500 juice, you know, so it's not no juice. You know, we're not running like crazy abyss strats or anything with this. I think we would probably get wrecked, but oh, see, like that was my fault for standing in that, but still didn't kill us. We got a decent amount of life. We got like 4k life. 100% suppress. What else? Elemental ailment avoid is at 100%, so we're immune to elemental ailments, which is nice. A lot of good things going on in this build, and it's not quite done yet either. I literally just put the character together last night, so I was pretty hyped about it though, so I wanted to make a video just showcasing kind of what it can do. Ooh, that'll happen. That will happen. I think we have one more aura. There we go. Like I said, guys, the build is not in its final form, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but those some of those harvest monsters are a little crazy too, and I wasn't playing that necessarily very good either. I'm still kind of learning how to play the build and how to avoid you know, getting killed and shit. But I'll go into the where the boss area is, and I'll see if I can show you what like a good snipe looks like on a boss target. The one thing that you want to do with the bosses too is switch over to blood and sand. And then I haven't been using my enduring cry to get my endurance charges either, which I should be doing. So once the boss comes, we'll switch over to blood and sand, and then we will enduring cry to get some endurance charges. Hit him a couple of times with ensnaring arrow, and then we just charge up one snipe, hit him, and then sometimes you have to do another one. But now that snipe killed him. So that was one snipe, and he died. It's just, he doesn't get one shot, but I mean, technically he does get one shot. It just takes about 4 or 5 seconds. Our bleed lasts 5.6 seconds. So you can basically just charge up a snipe. Once it gets to 7 stages, you let it go, and then you just have to dodge for 7 seconds and then hit him with a couple. Why is my It's interesting. It looks like my I have a setup with ensnaring arrow, and I always thought that ensnaring arrow would just shoot off in the direction that I was aiming, but it looks like it's shooting off in all different weird directions. I'm gonna have to figure that out because I want it to go obviously straight. I don't know what's going on with that. Something I gotta look up. But anyway, that's the map showcase. A little janky, we died, but it's all good. That happens from time to time. We're only level 95 right now too, so let's go over the gear. I'll show you kind of how I put the character together. So we'll start off with the bow. This bow I found on trade. It had these 3 prefixes, so it had T3 flat, tier 1 hybrid, and then tier 2 increased. And the suffixes were shit. And so I bought it for like 22 divines, I think. And then I did prefixes can't be changed, and then I reforged Fizz, and that'll basically guarantee that you get the bleed mod. So I did that like 2 or 3 times until I got tier 1 with the bleed. And then I did, what did I do there? Oh, then all I did was just Exalt Slam. And I hit a couple of bad Exalts, and so then I had to go back to step 1. And then on like my 4th or 5th of those, I hit T2 attack speed, and then I just crafted on Fizz.multi. Oh, I need to craft a better percentage of that. I could have swore that I hit 20. Oh, I looked at it wrong. This is because it has increased Fizz mods on there, so I need to recraft that. But yeah, so it probably all in all cost me about maybe 40 divines, maybe 45, something like that to craft this. Not too bad for how good this is for this build. This is like basically the best that you can get. Obviously, it's a couple of tiers off, but it's pretty damn good. And then we'll go to the quiver. The quiver is just a basically double dot multi. So we get damage over time multi and physical damage over time multi with life, damage with bow skills, and attack speed. This actually does have a open prefix, but there's some stuff on there like pierce that you could hit that I don't want to hit. So I'm just going to leave that empty for now. So that's the weapon and the quiver. Let's go to the helm. The helm is just a fractured intelligence because we need intelligence for malevolence. And so we got a fractured intelligence, and then we spam this just until I think we hit suppress and like life or something, and then we just craft it on. Oh no, we spam this with, I'm sorry, loathing essences for the mana reservation, and then we hit suppress, and I don't remember exactly how I crafted this. So yeah, so we're basically spamming the essence until we hit suppress, and then you do Eldritch currency to get the prefixes done, pretty much. And then this has mana reservation efficiency and mana cost of attacks in the helm. The ring is just I bought like an eye level 85 amethyst ring, slammed it with the Warlord Exalt, and then did in the harvest bench reforge caster, or not reforge caster, just caster, I guess, or it was reforge, until I hit something decent. I needed a lot of dexterity, so I hit vulnerability with dex and then just crafted on non-channeling. Here I needed some chaos res, so I just did chaos res until I hit a good second res, and I think I actually needed the dex. Oh, I don't need that dexterity. You know what I need to do is I need to get more resistances on here. So instead of that dex, I need to get another resistance, because right now I'm using a Stygian Vise for resistances because I was starved for them. But if I can get another resistance there and maybe get some better resistances on another piece of gear, I can drop this for a Rizlathas coil, because the Rizlathas is actually way more damage. But right now I don't have that. So if you're going to copy this, see if you can get your resistances in order, and then like I probably need resistances. Well, I can't even get resistances on here. Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to get them. Maybe on a, I can't get them there either. Like, I don't know. You're just kind of fucked when it comes to resistances, honestly. So anyway, I'm getting all sidetracked. But where was I at? This, yeah. So this just has chaos res, resistance, life, and whatever you need. We have an All's Uprising with sovereignty allocated. And then, oh, I need to actually bless that implicit too. For pride has no reservation, so we have a free pride in here. Okay, so that covers the helm, weapon, rings, amulet. The chest is a fractured armor evasion base with fractured spell suppress, and then we hit this with essences of loathing as well, and then until you get a good resistance. And same thing as before, you just keep those and then you reforge using Eldritch currency. I have avoid elemental ailments on here, which is actually really good. So that covers that. The gloves are basically just life, resists, and suppress, with suppress on the implicit and then fizz.multi on the implicit. Real easy there. Craft on +1 AoE for your auras here. So I have a level 21 determination, level 22 malevolence, 21 pride, and a 22 warbanner. The boots, this is something I might look into seeing if I can put GMP in here, because this is just basically the mana forged arrows that cast ensnaring arrow. So whenever an ensnaring arrow hits an enemy, it counts them as moving, and enemies that are moving take way more bleeding damage. So this is how we're making sure that the enemies are moving. I think GMP would probably be a good idea to put in here though, but I'm gonna have to test that out. And then just flame dash for movement. So I went over the gems in here. The gems in here, so we have two setups, right? There's your clearing setup, which is, I believe, is this the split arrow? No, this is puncture. So split arrow is here. So we just got a 21-20 split arrow, and then awaken vicious proj, awaken chain, volatility, awaken brutality, and cruelty. And then in here we have the puncture that's linked to awaken vicious proj, awaken deadly ailments, volatility, snipe, and awaken brutality. And the only other thing I didn't go over is the gems here. It's enduring cry that we have. I don't know if I can fit. I can probably drop this in light, and I think I might want to put a molten shell in here as well. That way I can have a molten shell on left click. Because if I drop this, yeah, I'm fine on mana. So I'm going to put another red socket in here and then put a molten shell, because we actually have a decent amount of armor in here. The flasks are just Quicksilver, Life, Onslaught, and then Granite and Basalt. Okay, so that covers all of the gear. I will quickly go over the passive tree and show you what I'm doing here. Pretty standard tech, I think. We have a unnatural instinct here, so we get all of the small nodes for this and this, which are actually really good. And then in terms of the Wildwood Ascendancy, we just go with the Primalist, and basically all you're looking for here is suppress. We get a little bit of attack speed when we kill a rare or unique. This is suppress with banner skills, have no reservation. This is actually very important. And then for this last one, I was running another suppress one, but I actually really wanted to get cannot be stunned. And just so you guys are aware, we are running a combination of Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh that gives us fortitude from the champion. So we have Fortify, okay? So since we have Fortify, I wanted to become stun immune. So I got one of these that we have a chance to blind bleeding enemies. So we're pretty much going to blind everyone, and then we can't be stunned. So we're stun immune, we're elemental ailment immune, and we're suppress capped. So a lot of good things going on. And we're corrupted blood immune with a jewel that I have. So a lot of immunities in this build. It's actually really nice. So those are the charms that I'm using. The one of the other things that I did was actually I had a spell suppress in here, and how I got around fixing that was I actually got a impossible escape, and then I was able to get 12% chance to suppress here, which capped me on suppress. And then you're also able to take this attack speed with bows, increase damage with bows, and increase damage over time with bows. So actually a really good point there. And then when I level up once more, I'm probably going to get this 10% increased life right here. And then we'll go over the cluster jewels. I think we did everything. Oh, we'll go over the ascendancy. We just go blood in the eyes, and then gratuitous violence, then arena challenger, then outmatch outlast. Pretty standard there. Here we have an ancestral vision. So this is how we're getting elemental ailment immune. So we have basically 100% chance to suppress spell damage, right? So that equals 50% chance to avoid elemental ailments. And then through our gear, we have 30% here and 20% here. So that's the other 50. So if you look, we have 100% chance to avoid all these elemental ailments. We are elemental resist capped. We're 60 chaos res, so we're almost there. I have to change some medium cluster jewels, but Got a lot of stuff going on. Can't be stunned, elemental ailment avoid, spell suppression. With the flasks up, we're at 30,000 armor, so pretty solid. Let's see here. We will go to the cluster jewels now. So you're basically looking for one that has these two: master the fundamentals and battle hardened. The last one we're not going to take that, furious assault. We just need it to have a third passive skill, or third, whatever these are called, notable. So you take master the fundamentals and you take battle hardened, and this is just on a increased fizz damage cluster. And then we have medium clusters that I rolled these last night, and ideally I think you want something different. I think that you want, I have one that's like good. Flow of life is good for the percent life. And then I think you want, I think I have one of them that actually has the right one. No, I don't think I do actually. There's a couple of different ones that you want, but just run mediums that have, I think there's one that gives you chaos res, and I can't remember what it's called, but you basically want like flow of life and the chaos res one. But get those, and then we have the forbidden flesh and forbidden flame, like I mentioned before. Call to arms, just so our war cries are instant. Just natural, like normal bleed stuff, mana reservation efficiency. Then over here, we are taking another one of this. It's basically the exact same cluster jewel. And here we have a megalomaniac, and this is actually probably wasted points. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this, because I don't actually think that I need that attack damage leached as mana, because like I can pretty much just sit here and like you're never going to be spamming more than that, you know what I mean? So I think that might be a wasted point, because I have Fettle in here, which is, you know, 10% max life, but I was saying I could just get 10% max life here. So I think I might drop these points and go somewhere else with them, but you know, still work in progress. And then here I just got I needed some intelligence, so I got a CB immune with intelligence and fizz dot multi. And the last thing about the build is an elegant hubris. This just gives us basically these two nodes right here. It's 160% increased physical damage. I copied that from a build that I saw in PoE Ninja. I actually don't know how much damage it is, and this thing was like 20 divine, so I don't know if it's worth it or not. But I had the money just sitting around, so I just figured I would buy it. But anyway, that covers everything in the build. As always, I will leave a link to the POB down in the description below. You can, you know, just use that as like a kind of base if you want to ever play a bleed bow character. It's not done, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. But I just wanted to share it with you guys, because I think it's a super fun build to play. So with that, I'll leave the video there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you can, drop a like, drop a comment down below. I'd appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.